Getting to sit down and talk to this next Colorguard Insider was a true pleasure. She is the longtime captain of the Light Brigade. Let's get to know Janell Levister.
Well, my mom is the director of the Light Brigade Color Guard, so I was born into it. I started performing at the age of 5, 6, and I haven't stopped yet. So Light Brigade is truly the only group I've ever marched with, and that's family. That's my home. By being in Light Brigade, I've seen the world. I've taught hundreds of kids. I was able to teach with the Fred J. Miller clinics. We performed over in London. I've traveled to 25 states. It's just a very humbling experience, and it made me so much more cultured and aware of everything. Definitely, Light Brigade started off being a bunch of inner city kids from North Philadelphia, and my mom said, here, pick up this flag, learn this. So it's very important to us to keep that very home, inner city youth part of the activity going. So being from Philadelphia, one of maybe 3 or 4 groups that are actually based out of Philadelphia means a lot. So I've had maybe 6 to 7 to maybe even 10 cousins do Light Brigade. My grandmom used to make all of the uniforms and flags. She still makes us flag bags. Wow. And comes to every competition. Like I said, my mom's been a director for 43 years, and I love spinning beside my brothers. That's one of my favorite parts of that, being able to look over, see my brother doing his stuff, and I'm like, we got this.
Those of us who grew up watching and loving Color Guard throughout the years absolutely fell in love with the Light Brigade. I asked Janell, who has marched in the program for over 25 years, what her favorite single production was.
That's hard, marching in over 25 shows with the Light Brigade. I would say one year that really stands out is 2003 when we did This Woman's Work, because that was the show we placed 4th and open, and it ultimately bumped us to world class for the first time in the group's existence. And then after there, it was just a roller coaster ride for us. And my mom loves that show to this day. So it's my favorite. We'll go with that one.
Back when I was marching, Light Brigade was a worldwide Color Guard phenomenon. They were just incredible and everybody loved them. So I asked Janell to talk a little bit about what it was like to walk onto the floor to that overwhelming roar of support and applause from the audience.
You know, it's very much an out-of-body experience. It's something that you can't explain, seeing hundreds of people stand up and scream for you, come up to you in the hallways. I see people outside of Guard and they're like, oh my God, you do Light Brigade. Yeah. So it's really an undescribable experience. And
the Light Brigade has its roots in inner city Philadelphia as being one of the premier only African-American groups in existence during its early years. I asked Janell to talk a little bit about the pride that she and her family have in its African-American roots in Philadelphia.
I am very proud to be primarily African-American group, because you don't see it. You have South Shore, and there were a few groups back in Philly like Extraordinaire, and it's just nothing like seeing your own kind out there. So every chance I get, if I see a minority or if I see a young black girl, young black boy, I go up to them and say, hey, you got this. You know, so I think it's very important to us to be represented in such a way that people usually don't see us. What is next for Janell? If it was up to my mom, probably married with kids. But no, I have a really good life. You know, October through May is blocked out for Light Brigade. And in the summer, I like to travel. I just will continue working as hard as I do and continuing to be a support system for my mom when it comes to Color Guard and everything. People want me to take over, but we're not there yet. But yeah, just continuing on this great life that I really do have.
I have known Janell Levister for years, but sitting down and really getting to talk to her and get to know her a little bit more was truly a pleasure. Thank you, Janell, for sharing. I hope that everyone has enjoyed this edition of our Colorguard Insiders.